Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I have some new makeup that I am going to be sharing with you guys today. So this is going to be kind of like a try on haul. When I actually sat down to start filming, everything was still in their boxes. So this is going to be a true first impressions today on all of these products. I have some real awesome things that I was really excited to get in. So y'all know that I filmed this video as soon as everything arrived today because I just could not wait any longer. And this is how my makeup turned out today. I'm sure y'all got to see on the thumbnail what products we'll be using today. So let's go ahead and dive into all of these goodies so that y'all can see how they perform. Okay, I went ahead and primed. I used my Hourglass number 28 primer serum. Now for my base today, I'm going to use these new products from Monica Blunder Beauty. So this is a new brand. Monica Blunder is a makeup artist. I've actually been following her for quite some time on Instagram, and these are the first products that she's released. She also did release a brush for this, which I ordered, but that didn't make it to me. So hopefully at some point they can send it over. So this is called the Blunder Cover. It's an all-in-one concealer and foundation that says, I love to apply a blender cover on a clean, well-moisturized face using our face brush. Okay, well, if I had it, I would be using it. Buff in a circular motion starting at the center of your face and working your way out. For a brightening effect, use one shade lighter than your natural skin tone under your eyes. So I have two boxes because I did go ahead and purchase two shades, mostly because I wasn't sure which one to go for. And I did open these up just to look at the shades. We'll see. I'm actually happy that I did buy both because I'm not sure if one shade alone would work out for me. So I got the shade Fourviere, and that is Fourviere there. So this is like a cream foundation. It actually feels a little balmy, so we'll see. Okay, this color is actually not bad. The other shade I have is a lighter. This is 3 Drey, D-R-E-I. Let me swatch this under shade number 4. So this is shade number 4, this is shade number 3. Here they are side by side in case you guys wanted to see them. This is the lighter shade number 3 and the deeper shade number 4. So Vier and Drey. Okay, so I decided to pull out this weird looking brush. We'll see how this works. I've had this for so long and I rarely use it because it's such a weird brush. It's a synthetic. It's from the brand Japonesque, and I'm pretty sure it said it was their foundation brush when I bought it, but we'll see. It's number 344. So I'm actually going to start with the lighter shade, and I'm going to start right under the eyes just to kind of see how this is going to look. I'm going to avoid doing like circular motions, how it's said to use this, because I do have a lot of dryness. I'm a little afraid that I can start causing some flakiness. Like my skin is actually that bad right now. So I'm gonna mostly do like these pouncing motions, more like a stippling technique. So okay, it blended really well. Let me actually look at this a little bit closer. All right, so right now it's not looking great at all where I have like extra dry patches. Like I'm pretty dry right now throughout besides like my T-zone, but this part right here has a lot of like actual dry patches, and that is where I'm having more of an issue lately with my foundations, is that they keep clinging onto that. I mean, not all of them, because I do have some great ones that don't do that. Now I will say though that sometimes some products, whether it's a foundation or a concealer, they'll look like that at first, and then once they kind of start to melt into your skin, then it ends up looking a lot better. So we'll see. We'll give it some time, and then I'll show you guys how it's looking. I picked up way too much right now, so let me blend this out. And actually I should put this shade all over my T-zone, and then I can use the darker shade for like the perimeter of my face, where it's usually a little bit darker. So this is shade number 4, and I'm just going to add it like everywhere else that I need coverage. I will say that this foundation brush that I'm using right now, I'm not 100% sure if it is a foundation brush, by the way. I think it is. It's not that fun to use this, but I do want to use a smaller brush just because that's what they were selling this with. So I don't know, I just wanted to use a smaller brush, so I pulled this one out. But this brush isn't, it's not horrible. I think it's better for like certain areas of the face and maybe not to apply foundation all over the face. Anyway, I'm not even sure if Japanese still sells this. Is Japanese even still around? I have no idea. I just bought this one time at Ulta. Very random purchase. The actual foundation itself though, this blender cover up, is nice. I like how it's blending into the skin. It's not looking as patchy in this area here, but it's still not looking all that great either, so we will see. Since it's starting to look a little bit better, I have hope that with a little bit more time, it won't be emphasizing those dry patches anymore. So this is definitely a first impressions, but I've got to say, I think this looks so good. It's not a matte finish, it's like a natural finish. It's got a little bit of a radiance to it, very natural looking like. I'm quite impressed with this so far. The under eyes, it actually covered pretty well. I think that's what kind of has me a little bit more shocked right now, is how well it covered everything. My under eyes actually don't look too bad. I think next time I'll be a little bit careful not to apply so much, but it really doesn't look all that bad. I am though going to go ahead and set, because I like to set my makeup, more so my T-zone. So today I'm just going to use my Huda Beauty loose powder. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this, just to set this lightly. I really need to be careful in this area here because my makeup there, how I had mentioned earlier that it was starting to cling, that completely went away. But I know with powder, it's going to be more visible, and I see it actually extra right now. But that sometimes is also a temporary. Again, it depends on the foundation and the combination of foundation and powders that I'm using. But with the amount of powder that I just applied, and from what I got to see so far with this foundation, I think it's going to be okay. As long as I don't like do anything that's going to disturb the makeup there too much, I'm hoping we'll be fine. All right, so next I do have a new eyebrow product. These are not things that I buy very often. I don't care too much about what I use on my brows. I just don't get excited to buy eyebrow products usually. But you know, I was curious about this. So this is from Kosas. They released several brow products. I know Charlotte Tilbury has released a lot as well. I don't think I'm gonna try anything else really, but I love gel products, especially when they're tinted. So I wanted to give this one a try. This is called the Airbrush Fluff and Hold Treatment Gel. I bought the shade Black. We'll see how it goes. The packaging of this is quite cute. I had seen it online and I really wasn't intrigued by the packaging, but seeing it in person, it looks better. And I think because the Kosas that's right here, it's like lifted, and I just like to feel that. You guys, this airbrow is really nice. I loved how quickly it filled in my brows. This brow here always gives me a harder time, so yeah, kind of messed it up here a little bit, but whatevs. I have bangs. But this is really nice though. I'm very happy with that. Okay, so moving on to the eyes. I am excited about this guy. I love Tom Ford. So of course I cannot wait to put this on. Now I will admit that I had zero plans of picking this up. I had completely crossed it out of my wish list until I saw Michelle Wong use this. It's the cream and powder eye color in the shade 13 Black Sand. So you apply this first all over the lid, and then you go in with the topper, and that is how the topper looks. So let's do a quick swatch here. That black shadow is gorgeous. The black eyeshadow, the cream one, has like little tiny specks of golden glitter. And this is the topper that goes on top of this. Actually, let me pick up a little bit more of that topper and apply it on half of this black cream. So there we have the two layered. So I'm just gonna dip in here and then apply this all over the lid and then just kind of blend it outwards. Ooh, did I pick up too much? So my intent originally was to go in softer with this, and I completely forgot. Like, I get so excited, you guys, to just dive right in and use my products that I'm not paying attention to exactly what I'm doing. I just want to hurry up and slather it on, which I do, and then I'm like, oh wait, that was not the plan. So I'm just going to be working back and forth here. The wonderful thing is that this doesn't dry immediately, so you have some time to do the proper blending and go back and forth. Otherwise, I would have been in big trouble by now. Initially, when I applied this, I thought it was going to be like this opaque black on the lids, especially because of how much I used. But I'm quite surprised to see how sheer it got. It's not opaque at all there, which is good actually. I'm going to pick up the shadow with a brush and see how it applies like that. Usually with products like this, I like to go in with my finger. But this one is not like a true topper, so I think an eyeshadow brush would be just fine, and it looks like it is. I feel like this is more of a holiday eyeshadow look. Don't you guys agree with that? Do you agree with that? I'm adding some of that cream shadow all over the bottom lash line. I'm just going back with the first brush that I used to apply the cream product. And it still has some product on there. So I'm going to tap this on the outer corner. And let me also hit that inner corner with just this golden shade. Alright, so I'm so excited for this. I have the new bronzer from Patrick Ta. It's his duo bronzer. The actual name of this is, I'm like, let me tilt it because of the reflection. I can't see. It's the Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. So I got the shade Medium, which is She's Sculpted. The packaging of this is gorgeous. It's a little bit bigger than the Duo Blush, but besides that, very similar. Beautiful, sleek, rose gold packaging. Love it. Very fingerprinty, as you can see right there. So that's not all that cute, but the mirror in here is really nice. And then we get our two products in here. So under this little plastic here is the cream bronzer. We apply this first and then go over it with some powder. I did go ahead and swatch this one, and that is how the swatches of She's So Sculpted looks. And I also got the brush for this. I almost forgot, and I would have been so upset with myself had I continued on without using the brush. So this is called, I think it's called the 4 Contour 1 brush, I believe. It's like this fanned out angled brush, very different than what I have in my collection. I actually saw him use this on Instagram, and immediately I wanted to give this a try as well. So I had to buy both products. So let's go ahead and get into this, because I've been waiting. So I'm going into this cream first. And all he really was doing with this, I think, was just kind of stippling it where you want to contour. Okay, that's actually nice. I think I really like this brush. This is actually a really beautiful, like kind of spot on shade for me as a contour. It's cool tone, but not too cool tone. It does have a little bit of some ashiness to it, but just the perfect amount for, I guess, a medium contour. All right, so far I'm actually quite happy with that contour. And I am going to overlap the contour a little bit. I'm not going to bring this down as much. So this is definitely going to go up higher, and yeah, this is a nice, like, warmer shade to add some warmthness to the skin, as what bronzers should do. I'm trying not to go back and forth too much there, so that's why I'm doing it like this. Oh, I like that. I guess right here I can blend more freely on this side. I almost feel like with this color of the bronzer, I don't necessarily need like a blush, because this bronzer adds some really nice color to the face. Like, it's not a red undertone, but I don't know. It looks real pretty, doesn't it? I think that looks so pretty. Okay, now I am going to apply some highlight as well as some blush, although I don't necessarily feel like I need any right now. I really want to show you guys this one. Now this is not going to be a first impressions because I've been using it. Oh my gosh, it is so gorgeous. More so the blush than the highlighter in my opinion. House of Sillage has collaborated with Disney to celebrate the Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse love, and so they've released this entire collection, which by the way I've purchased. But the one outstanding, I mean, it's not the only product that I like from the collection, but this is the outstanding product in my opinion, is the Complexion Duo. So since it is a collaboration with Disney, we get Mickey Mouse and this Complexion Duo. Very nice packaging. Honestly, I'm not a huge Disney fan, but nonetheless, I actually really have been enjoying the packaging. The products in here are pretty sizable. You get a really nice mirror as well. And then the products in here are just gorgeous. So let me swatch this highlighter and this blush. The blush is what really has me in love with this duo. The highlighter is just too deep for me, and it's actually nice, but it's just a little bit too deep, I think, for me. So that's the highlighter and that's the blush. I mean, how gorgeous is that? That's like the perfect rosy tone. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with it. I hope you guys are going to be able to see it right now that I apply it on my face, how gorgeous it looks. So first I'm going to go into the highlighter. I find the highlighter to be very powdery, if you guys can see there maybe. Extremely powdery. It's not my favorite formula for a highlight. And then like I said, the color is also a little bit deep for me, so that's why I'm using a larger and fluffier brush so that I just apply a little bit of it at once and I can like really work it in. So it gives a nice subtle glow. I think if I had a deeper skin tone, I think it would flatter me a little bit better. But I do have to be careful with how much of this I apply. So the blush also has some kick up. It's not nearly as bad as the highlighter, but just an FYI, it doesn't bother me at all, but just letting you guys know. How pretty is that blush, right? It is gorgeous. Wow, I love it, love it, love it. Like right now, this shade, it's like really one of my favorite blush shades that I have. Like I've grown so fond of this. Lastly, I have another Tom Ford product. I figured why not? Plus Michelle Wong also used this in her video. And that's why I have it. So this is the Tom Ford Soleil Sunlust Lip in Desire de Soleil Gloss. Okay, that is a very long name. So this is how it looks. I was like, I am not getting that. I don't need that. I don't want that. And then I saw it in action and now I have it. So let me swatch this. Oh my gosh, I was like, did I have on lipstick? So I applied this earlier when I got here just to see how it looks. And so right now that I'm swatching it, I'm just like, wait, did I have on lipstick? Because let me show you guys. This is how my doe foot looks. So it looks like I had on lipstick when I applied this, and then this is the swatch. But initially the swatch starts like this, so very golden. And then as I keep rubbing it in, it gets deeper. That's so cool. Wow, I was a little mad at myself. I was like, did I apply this with lipstick on and now I ruined it? But no, this is, I don't know, it's like a color shifter somehow when you apply it, once you start like rubbing it in. I really, just considering how this looks on the tube, I would have never in a million years have bought this. But wow, that is such a pretty shade. I feel really good about my makeup today. Very happy with everything. Literally everything that I applied today, I would recommend. Granted, this was the first impression, so take that with a grain of salt, please. The only little concern that I have is my dry patches right here because of like with this foundation, but on the other side of my face, my makeup looks so good. Literally everywhere else except where I have those dry patches, and I did kind of pick at that this weekend, so I know I made it even worse, but you know, I'm not going to hold that against the actual foundation just because I think it looks really good everywhere else. I like how it applied. I think it just did a wonderful job as far as coverage. It feels good on the skin as well. I really don't feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup or anything heavy. So everything feels really comfortable and I feel really good with how everything turned out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and you subscribe if you have not yet so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.